This presentation will walk you through how to write an organized and unified body paragraph. There are many slides to this presentation, so feel free to pause it at any time if you need to read the examples before I provide explanations of them. So what is a body paragraph? Well, a body paragraph is just a group of sentences that focus on one main point. These body paragraphs are used to develop and support your essay's thesis statement. Body paragraphs need to begin with very clear topic sentences, and there's two main reasons for doing this. First, it helps a writer stay on topic and organized throughout writing the essay. And for the reader, topic sentences announce what a paragraph is going to be about. This helps readers realize the difference between paragraphs and when the author or the writer is moving from one main idea to the next main idea that supports the essay's thesis. So what does a body paragraph structure look like? Truthfully, there are many types of body paragraphs. However, the structure presented here is a pretty basic and typical structure that will apply to most of the body paragraphs you write for college essays. In blue, you can see that a body paragraph should always begin with the topic sentence. This is the reason that supports your thesis or the main idea you will discuss in your paragraph. Moving on, items 2 and 3 can actually be presented in this order or in reverse, but I've included the green example first. You're going to have sentences that support your topic sentence, and these sentences are going to be examples. They can be personal examples, real-life examples, or even common knowledge that you know of. After that, you can include evidence from a source. What counts as evidence? Well, a lot of things do, but generally we use quotations or paraphrases from the sources that we've read. When including evidence from a source, you want to make sure you start that quotation or paraphrase with a clear signal phrase and end with an in-text citation. But no matter what, the examples you include and the evidence you include all need to relate back to that topic sentence. Finally, you want to make sure your body paragraphs end with a summary sentence. This sentence should sum up the main point you want to convince your readers of, or basically wrap up the main idea that you just discussed. Now, a little more about topic sentences. They're going to appear early in your body paragraphs. When you read articles, they might be the first, maybe the second sentence of a paragraph. I encourage you to include your topic sentences as the very first sentence in your body paragraph. A topic sentence is like a mini thesis for each paragraph. It's going to unify that paragraph and keep it focused on just one idea rather than 2 or 3 ideas. Everything that follows needs to relate to it. You want to stay on topic, not get off track, as we sometimes tend to do. Doing so, as I mentioned, will allow for you to have greater unity and focus throughout your essay and keep your readers focused on your good ideas. Here's an example. Let's say you have an assignment to write on how to be a successful college student. You do some research, you think about it, and you come up with this thesis. In order to be a successful college student, in order to be successful, college students need to use the free resources available to them on campus. This is a pretty good thesis, and it would be included in your introduction paragraph. But let's color code this a bit. In blue here, you see that the essay is going to focus on the free resources available to students on campus. I put that in blue so that you can see how in the following examples, the topic sentences will all relate to this idea of the various free resources. So here's a body paragraph that relates to that thesis. One important resource that all college students should utilize for success is tutorial services. Through the Tutoring Center, students can work with faculty members or peer tutors for help in any subject. For example, students can get help on their papers for English class. They can also work through homework questions for their math classes. The tutoring is free and usually no appointment is needed. The more a student works with a tutor, the better the chance of earning higher grades. In sum, the tutoring center can help students succeed in school and earn higher grades in this course. If you want to pause this presentation, you can, to pick out the topic sentence or just to review the details again. But I'm going to move on. I've highlighted the topic sentence in blue so that you can see how it relates directly to the thesis statement. We know that this paragraph is going to focus on tutoring services specifically and only tutoring services. I've also put the last sentence in bold text, black bold text, so that you can see how a quick, succinct summary is provided at the end to remind readers of the point that was just covered. Here's another example body paragraph that relates to the same thesis. Another important resource for student success is frequent use of the library. The library gets students access to books, articles, and databases on many topics. Students can discover credible sources to use in their papers. Additionally, the library provides subject guides for many courses that link to films, data, and statistics, and much more that help students develop their knowledge in a topic. Libraries also have quiet, distraction-free study rooms where individuals and groups can prepare for tests or complete homework assignments. Students should start using the library early during their academic career. Okay, let's do a little color coding here to see if this paragraph is following the structure we reviewed earlier. As you can see, the very first sentence in blue relates to the thesis statement. We know that we're going to get another body paragraph on a new important resource, and that resource is a library. All of the details in this paragraph relate to the library. It doesn't bring up any other details about tutoring services or any other type of service. This paragraph is unified because all the details relate to how the library can help students be successful. Here's a paragraph that is actually missing a topic sentence. Let's say we were going to have a third body paragraph in our essay. Here, this paragraph just starts kind of going into the examples and the specific details. It doesn't have a controlling idea, a topic sentence listed as the very first sentence of the paragraph. So what can we do to improve this? Well, we might add a topic sentence like this. An additional resource for students is a Career and Academic Planning Center. Most colleges offer assistance in choosing majors, finding internships, locating employers seeking in specific degree programs, exploring graduate school, and preparing for a job search. Take advantage of the assistant program your college offers to add real-world experience to your resume. So now we've added a topic sentence. It gives a focus to this paragraph, and a reader could look at that first sentence and know that all the details will focus on the Career and Academic Planning Center and how it will help students be successful. Let's return to our overall body structure. Again, the paragraph will begin with a topic sentence, then it starts to move into examples that are real life, personal, or common knowledge, and include evidence from your sources, if you're using sources. That can be a quotation or a paraphrase. And your paragraphs will end with that final summary sentence. Let's return to one of our earlier body paragraphs on using the free resources. This one focused on tutorial services. You've already seen how the topic sentence is given, indicated in blue, and how the summary sentence is provided at the end. But what type of examples or evidence are given in the middle? I consider the examples mostly personal or common knowledge. So my student who wrote this just sort of learned what was available on campus. He didn't actually go do any research from outside sources. He just used what was available and what was commonly known. And he included details that support that topic sentence. So I believe the middle part of this paragraph should be color-coded in green because it's mostly personal knowledge or common knowledge. Let's look at our overall body structure again. So here you can see the sentences were in green were mostly personal and real life. You didn't notice any sentences in this orange color because he hadn't actually used a quotation or a paraphrase from any source. And that's okay. Now let's look at a new example. Let's say you're asked to write an essay about how to keep your brain healthy during your lifetime. Let's say it's a health class you're taking or a science class. You think about this topic a little bit and you come up with this thesis. Despite common belief, everyone can continue to grow their brain and keep it healthy even as they get older. Okay, so this essay is going to focus on the things that we can do to keep our brain healthy during our lifetime. Here's an example body paragraph. I've included the thesis at the top so that you can see how the topic sentence of the body paragraph relates back to the thesis. Let's look at the body paragraph. Staying physically active and exercising each day is good for the brain. Okay, if you look at just that sentence, you should realize that this whole paragraph is going to focus just on staying physically active and exercising. There's probably a lot of ways that we can keep our brain healthy, but this paragraph will focus specifically on physical exercise and the benefits it has for our brain. If you'd like to pause the presentation to read the full paragraph at this time, you can. However, I'm going to move on. I want to show you the body paragraph structure once more because this new example uses different types of sentences in the middle. So there'll be both personal examples but also evidence from a source. I've color-coded the paragraph for you. Our topic sentence is still in blue, but the student has then actually moved into using evidence from a source, an article written by a woman named Anisha Taylor, and we're given a quotation. Anisha Taylor says, researchers have found the areas of the brain that are stimulated through exercise are associated with memory and learning. This means that the more you exercise, the better your memory and ability to learn will be. Then we move into some response from the student. And I've put that in green because it's the student's personal thought or personal knowledge. The student says, I agree with Taylor that exercise can improve the brain. I have noticed that on the days I exercise in the morning, I am able to concentrate better in class and take better notes. 30 minutes of exercise is enough to keep me focused during the day. Now the student is wrapping up the paragraph and provides a summary sentence. Anyone who wants a healthier brain can incorporate daily physical activity and will notice positive changes at school and work. This sentence relates back to the topic sentence and kind of relates back to the thesis in general to remind the reader that exercising can keep their brain healthy. Let's look at a paragraph that is missing a topic sentence. This would be a second body paragraph in the essay on how to keep our brains healthy. Looking at this paragraph, you see it skips the topic sentence and it actually moves directly into a quotation from a source. I highly recommend and advise that you do not begin a topic sentence, you do not begin a body paragraph with a quotation from a source or another person. It's very important to provide your own topic sentence in your own words that indicates the topic of your paragraph. And that sentence will then lead perfectly into the quotation you want to use from your source. So how can we fix this? Let's move to the next slide. We can add a topic sentence. Our next body paragraph begins this way. To grow our brains and keep it healthy, we should eat a hearty and healthy breakfast each day. Okay, this is a really nice topic sentence. It tells the readers exactly what the paragraph will focus on, eating a healthy breakfast each day. This paragraph should not include any details about physical exercise because that's already been covered. Instead, all the details should relate back to having a healthy breakfast. As you can see, the student has used multiple types of evidence. There's a quotation from a source, but also some personal examples here. All of them, though, relate back to the topic sentence on how breakfast is good for our brain. And it ends with a summary sentence as well. Feel free to pause the presentation and to read this paragraph on your own if you'd like. Now it's your turn. You've finished this presentation. You better understand the structure of a body paragraph, keeping in mind that this structure works for most essays, and there is some flexibility. After your topic sentence, you can move into personal examples and then information from a source, or after your topic sentence, you can move into examples from a source and then your personal experience. But either way, your paragraphs will have that topic sentence, the evidence, and end with a summary sentence that wraps up your point. Doing that will help you stay focused in your writing and keep your readers on track. I hope you find this presentation helpful, and now it's your turn to start practicing this structure.